A government rule that requires a car company to report whenever a car gets into a crash while it is in self-driving mode.
How do you feel about Elon Musk kind of getting involved in politics from a backhanded way, it seems?
I love it. I think everybody should be involved in politics.
Rachel Maddow suddenly has a heart attack about Elon Musk being involved in the Trump administration, in politics. They want him to stop getting involved, and they're claiming that he's being paid out over Tesla, which is, of course, false because Rachel Maddow has said it. At least that's part of how you know it's false. I don't know if she's ever said anything true in her life. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. This is where the happy patriots are. As we put a check on the mainstream media, just give them a little hit back, especially after they've had run wild lying to you for the last 20 years. So we're going to give you a little bit of truth. Thanks for joining us. I hope you guys have subscribed.
So last week we talked about a government rule that requires a car company to report whenever a car gets into a crash while it is in self-driving mode. Crashes like this one on Thanksgiving Day in 2022, when a Tesla in San Francisco that was in full self-driving mode inexplicably stopped on the highway and caused an 8-car pileup. Thanks to this rule that you have to report it when a self-driving car crashes, Tesla had to report that crash to the government.
I have one question for you guys. You can tell me in the comments below. Would this accident have been covered if it was any other company besides Tesla? Pick your electric car company. If that self-driving car accidentally stopped, a bunch of people got in an accident, would it have been covered at all on MSNBC if it was not Tesla, owned by Elon Musk? Here's Donald Trump retweeting Elon Musk. So he wants you to know what Elon Musk just put out on X. Elon Musk said that is exactly the goal. The political and legacy media puppets all got their new instructions yesterday and are now promoting the same message to drive a wedge between Donald Trump and me. They will fail. So the media has been trying to put heat between Musk and Trump, trying to get a breakup by calling Elon Musk President Musk. Is one of the things that they're trying to do to get under Trump's skin. See, Trump, we called him President Musk. It's not working, of course. It's desperate. They have no plays left in their hand.
Now that the CEO of Tesla is a kind of a co-president-elect, though, Reuters is reporting this, quote, Trump team wants to scrap car crash reporting rule that Tesla opposes. For the low price of financing one presidential election, Tesla may have bought itself a U.S. government that, among other things, no longer requires Tesla to report when its self-driving software causes wrecks and hurts and kills people. But Tesla's interests aren't just in the United States. Arguably, Tesla is more a Chinese car company than it is an American car company. The biggest Tesla factory, the factory that makes more of its cars than any other plant, the single factory which makes roughly half the cars it makes globally, is a huge one in Shanghai. And Tesla right now is trying to get approval from the Chinese government to operate its self-driving car technology in that country as well.
Now, this is all a conspiracy. I'll give you one reason why I believe it's false about removing this law of reporting self-driving cars. Thomas Massey last year got some help in cars that would report or that had an ability for the government to auto shut them off from the government level. Like if you were a DUI or a drug dealer or a terrorist, the government could shut off your car. Thomas Massey couldn't get enough Republicans to vote for it, so he went over to the Democrats to get support. Who did he get? He got the squad. AOC came over and voted with Thomas Massey because it's actually a very popular thing among a lot of both Democrats and Republicans to not have your car report information to the government and have the government able to monitor every car. Some people, they don't always trust a big government. So that's one reason. The other big thing is that she's saying he is doing some kind of a conspiracy in running companies through China. Well, the reason why he has to get stuff made in China is because America's so hostile to business, particularly to the batteries that they make, that if you want strip mining, then you go to China to get your business done. Or if you want low wage assembly, including Apple has made their phones out in China. So people do a lot of businesses in China. I just want to ask Rachel Maddow, are you condemning every company that does any manufacturing in China? I mean, the Tesla car is one of the rare things that really needed to go to China because of their battery situation. So if it wasn't for their own environmentalism, there wouldn't be a need for him to go to China. So I want to ask Rachel Maddow, are we going to come off environmentalism now in America, the laws that are causing all these companies to go overseas, including buying oil from overseas or buying oil from Canada? You don't have to go put together some weird conspiracy to explain it. It's pretty obvious why he needed to go to China.
Tesla's CEO, Elon Musk, really wants to keep the Chinese government happy. And he really wants to build yet more factories in China. He's really invested in having Chinese workers manufacturing his cars. Right down the street from his huge Shanghai Tesla factory that he's already got up and running, Musk is building another huge $200 million Tesla battery factory. Again, to employ Chinese workers. While Donald Trump appears to have not gotten what he wanted out of the near government shutdown this weekend, Elon Musk does appear to have successfully maneuvered Republicans in Congress into cutting out of the government funding bill a provision that would have thrown regulatory roadblocks in the way of his continued massive investment in Chinese manufacturing for his car company. We reached out for comment. We have not heard back. We'll let you know if we do.
Well, that's okay. I provided comments instead, making fun of you and calling you a non-journalist because you would not have said this about any other car company, because other car companies get their vehicles, their electric vehicles made in China. You don't care when it's another company, though. You only care when it's Tesla. You only find a government conspiracy when it's Tesla. Now, I don't want to do a bunch of whataboutism. I'm fine with that. I think Elon Musk should bring all of his manufacturing here. We literally cannot create enough microprocessors, small chips, lithium ion mining, all of the things that we need other countries for. Basically anything that we're not good at that is too expensive to do here because of our regulation. Trump is trying to end these regulations, which could drive the price down and bring these jobs back, fulfill. And then will Rachel Maddow give Trump a compliment if he brought it back? If we had all of our lithium ion strip mining here instead of in China, will she compliment Trump and Musk? I really doubt it.
How do you feel about Elon Musk kind of getting involved in politics from a backhanded way, it seems?
I love it. I think everybody should be involved in politics. This place works best if people are involved, if they're paying attention, they're fully engaged, holding us accountable, keeping us like kind of where we need to be.
Well, I think you're safe, Byron. There's some other ones.
You might be good.
Yeah, you're good.
I mean, but listen, the system doesn't work if everybody's not paying attention.
That's true.
That's what got us into the mess that we're in.
No, that's true.
So we're in this mess now, 36 trillion, massive agencies that don't do what they're supposed to do. Because listen, America, best country in the world. Most of our people have been focused on their lives, building their businesses, creating their families, and that's all great stuff.
Yeah.
But the federal government in Washington has been operating without much of a check from the American people. Love the Elon's involved. We got to keep that going because that's how you save the republic.
Yeah.
Byron Donalds endorses having Elon, a private citizen, involved in our government, just like all of us. We should all be posting more about what's going on, repeating, passing all these links around to our friends, having email conversations with them, because the Republican Party, Trump, is inviting all of us to come in and get involved. And it should be bipartisan. Democrats should feel like they can get involved with government too, to call out waste, so report it to DOJ, to have it cut back. Why is waste suddenly a Democrat issue? Because they're not helping Trump. Help him reduce the waste. And we're not just looking to remove like waste that Republicans like. I'm willing to remove waste that Democrats like.
And we did it specifically so his billionaire pseudo co-president could protect his relationship with the Chinese government and get more of what he wants in terms of Chinese manufacturing. I mean, it's unsettling enough from a, national security perspective, from a national sovereignty perspective. But it's all the more unsettling given reporting in recent days about the ways in which our own government has found Elon Musk to be a potential national security risk. The Wall Street Journal, for example, reported that while there are several hundred employees at SpaceX, Musk's company, who have security clearances for what's known as sensitive compartmented information, Elon Musk is not one of the people who has that level of clearance. And that's not normal for companies doing this kind of sensitive work with the government.
Now, you tell me, do you think the government is giving Elon Musk a fair shake? Do you think they have concerns about his legal status, clearance? Is it totally neutral, or does it have to do with his politics? And how can they say that they have a problem with Elon Musk's status when they just now let 11 million people minimum over the border and didn't check their legal status at all? Do they care about legal status? I don't think so, Rachel Maddow.
The Journal reports that the CEOs of other similarly situated companies, they've all been able to get this kind of security clearance, but not Elon Musk. If you're wondering why, consider this reporting from Kirsten Grind, Eric Lipton, and Shira Frankel at the New York Times. Quote, Elon Musk and his rocket company SpaceX have repeatedly failed to comply with federal reporting protocols aimed at protecting state secrets, including by not providing some details of his meetings with foreign leaders, according to people with knowledge of the company and internal documents. Quote, concerns about the reporting practices, and particularly about Musk himself, have triggered at least 3 federal reviews. The Defense Department's Office of Inspector General opened a review into the matter this year. The Air Force and also the Pentagon's Office of Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security separately initiated reviews last month.
Not political at all. Of course not. The Pentagon, owned by Joe Biden. Department of Justice, owned by Joe Biden. Every one of these business agencies politicized, run under Joe Biden. It has nothing to do with politics that Elon Musk helped get Donald Trump elected, and now they're going after him and his companies and now his immigration status. Oh, of course not. They care a lot about illegals coming over here, undocumented, unchecked, doing illegal things. Democrat Party cares a lot. I'll bet Alejandro Mayorkas cares the most. I'm Doug, in exile.